Person at the center of the biggest casino heist in Colorado history is no longer facing charges in the case.
Sabrina Eddy was a cashier at Monarch in Blackhawk last year when she loaded up $500,000 in cash, left the casino, and handed it over to some guy in a parking lot. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause is here to explain why prosecutors have decided to dismiss the case.
Yeah, the DA's office tells me they just don't believe that they can meet the burden of proof that Eddy knowingly and without authorization committed the theft. They say she thought she was taking direction from a casino supervisor, and she told investigators she'd been duped. More than a year after a Monarch casino employee walked out of their casino with $500,000. Now the DA's office has dropped all charges against her. Prosecutors moved to dismiss the case against Sabrina Eddy on Friday, arguing they couldn't ethically proceed because they couldn't meet their burden of proof for the charge of theft. Investigators say in March of last year, Eddy was captured on video as she went into the vault of the casino's cage, grabbing bricks of 50 grand, putting them in a box and taping it shut. An affidavit detailed how Eddy, a cashier at the casino, walked out, got into a minivan, and drove away with the cash. She came back an hour later, grabbed more cash for a total of $500,000 before driving off again. Eddy initially told investigators she'd taken the cash, yes, but then a man she thought was a casino boss had told her to, ordering her to bring it to the St. Anthony's Hospital parking lot and hand it over, or the casino would be in breach of contract. After taking a polygraph test and investigators poking holes in her story, court documents say Eddy broke down and provided an entirely different account of what occurred with the theft. This time, saying people who knew her late husband threatened her family, forcing her to take the casino money. Investigators say Eddy gave the money to Juan Gutierrez Zambrano. He pled guilty and in April was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. Now, the woman who handed him that cash is off the hook. The DA says they believe this was a conspiracy that likely started outside of the U.S., designed to get an employee to remove the money and deliver it to someone purporting to be associated with the casino, citing similar schemes targeting cage employees at casinos around the country last summer. The DA's office says their investigation showed Eddy believed she was acting under the direction of a casino supervisor when she took that cash. And because of that, they say they just can't meet the burden that she knowingly and without authorization committed theft. The DA's office says this case is still sealed, and because of that, they're unable to comment on the charges being dropped against Eddy. But there is still a sealed arrest warrant out for another person in this case, has been since last summer. The DA's office says this person has never been named publicly and isn't believed to be in the U.S. I reached out to Monarch Casino after news of these charges being dropped against their former employee. They declined to comment. Rachel Krause, 9 News.